Hello everybody, happy Saturday morning. Me and little Rizzo here, I'm not sure if you can even see her, are here to say good morning and to tell you to get ready. We are gonna work out hard. Right, little Toot? Yes ma'am, she's ready to rock and roll. All right guys, so what you're gonna need today, we'll cover that first and then I'll get into a little bit of the work we're gonna do because it's something a little different. So just wanted to set it up, get your mind in the right space, and then we'll get going. So as far as what you need, you just need your full weight selection. So small, medium, large, light, medium, heavy, however you want to think about it. But you may not need all of them, but it's just a really kind of, not random, because there's very much a method to it, but the weight selection is just kind of all over the place. So you might find that you need all three, you might not. So just have them there ready. And then you want to have yourself a band. So when I say band, I mean, you know, one of these circular, right, Rizzo? One of these circular resistance bands, that's what we're looking for. The rubber band or the fabric band is perfect. I've showed you the fabric band a few times. It is MIA right now, so I can't show you, but those nice fabric, generally called booty bands commonly, that's another option that you can use today. And then the last thing you need is just your yoga mat, your floor support, whatever it is that makes you comfy in the floor. Maybe a puppy if your puppies like to do your floor workouts with you. So what we are doing today, actually let me high five Miss Ruth so she can get going. High five, we need a pre-workout stretch. I'm not sure if you can see it, but she's nailing it. Good girl, all right. So what we're gonna do today is openers. So what do I mean by that? I mean that the exercises that we're doing, while still working very hard in our exercise and working our muscles, we are also going to be stretching at the same time. Opening. So when I say opening and stretching, similar, but when I say opening, think, you know, your chest. When you do this and you open up and you feel your chest expand and broaden, heart come forward, open. Open through your hips, like when you get that really nice, like, stretch through the front, through your hip flexors, or even, you know, this way. If we come this way and we feel our back kind of broaden and open. So that's what I mean with openers. So while we're working one part of our body, we're really opening up the other part of our body. So that's what I mean by openers. So when we move today, I want you to think about that. Both parts at the same time. Think about what I'm working versus what I'm also opening at the same time. So it's just something to kind of keep in your head. I don't want you to get all worked up about it and you know, really just kind of nail yourself and have your brain just chugging away at what am I feeling, but just something to have in the back of your mind. So modify anything as needed. And there's not too much stuff I think that's going to be really like, oh, I just have to modify things that are really tough for people with different injuries. I think we'll be working in a pretty safe zone today. But of course, modify whatever you need to. And add music, of course, if you need some music. I've got the hum of my little space heater, but that's all I'm going to be using today. And then as always, Facebook for questions. I'll check in. We're going to do 3 sets of exercises, be 3, 3, and 4. And so I'll check in between each one of those and just see how you guys are doing, if you have any questions. And of course, if you are watching this after the fact, just leave a comment or shoot me a message and I'll be happy to get back to you. Last couple things, I always ask you to share, review, subscribe, like, whatever, anything with these posts to help get our message out and get more people working out with us. Not only is it important to me, but it's also important to people out there that are looking for a trusted person to work out with. Videos, let me tell you guys, I've looked at them, I do research, I look at what other people are doing to get ideas, and there is some scary stuff out there. So help people find a safe and trusted source for working out. And lastly, if you do wish to donate any funds for me, that is the only payment I receive for these classes. I'm not sponsored or backed by anyone. So Venmo at Strong Style Fit. Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me, and any donations are greatly appreciated. All right, guys, so I'm going to check the video, get my water, and then I'll come back. I want to show you one exercise before we get into the work just because I don't want to take a long break between our first and our second exercise, and this is going to be our second exercise, and I don't want to take a long break and get really cooled off. So I'm going to start with that exercise, even though it's the second in our set, just to kind of show you, because it is a different take on a lunge than we normally do. So that's what we'll do. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. Hey Cindy, good morning. If you are working out with me, that is awesome, because you guys are my inspiration for writing this openers workout for class. So you and Christina and Val were my inspiration for this class. So it's great to have you here. So guys, let me show you exercise number 2 in our set, but I want to get your brain right, get you thinking in the right direction. So it's going to be an alternating runner's lunge with a fold. So when I say runner's lunge, that's different from this normal lunge that we do in class, right? So a normal lunge in class, we step back and then we come straight down to where we're 90-90, right? So this is like I'm gonna call it an exercise lunge, just to make it separate in your head. So exercise lunge looks like this, right? This is our exercise lunge. So a runner's lunge, we are straight back. Hips in alignment, so just pay attention, especially if we're tight through here. This is where we're going to be opening, is through here. If we're tight through here, one hip, that tight hip might flare back. So really square those hips off and keep them in alignment. Another thing that happens, I'm going to switch sides, and it's bad for me on my right side, is that my hip likes to flare out. Really get it back in alignment. My right hip is bad. I've talked about it with other exercises about wanting to roll out. So this is our runner's lunge. We're up tall, our tail is tucked down, not pooched out, no duck butts, pooched out behind us. So we roll that tail down. So now if you're here with me, we've got a 90, we've got our tail tucked, we're nice and tall. This leg is working towards straight, but if we're really tight in that hip adductor, inner thigh, you might need to bend your knee a little bit to get that tail down. We don't want our legs straight, but sacrificing sticking our butt out. Tail down, leg towards straight. You should be feeling what I'm saying is an opener. If your right leg is forward, that front of that left hip should be pulling open. If you're really tight, you might feel like you're being pulled apart. Lighten that knee if you need to. So this is our opener, okay? So this is our runner's lunge, opening in that hip, that's the leg that's back, runner's lunge. I'll show you the rest of the exercise once we get there. I just really wanted to go ahead and define for you runner's lunge versus an exercise lunge, okay? All right, so we're gonna get started with a sumo squat. So sumo squat, we generally, from where I was stretched, my left hip was like, whoop. That was awesome. Oh my gosh, it already feels so different from the other leg. So we're gonna do sumo squat. So sumo squat, we get nice and wide. We've got toes at 10 and 2. We've got a heavy weight, generally, whatever heavy feels for you. Just one, standing up on its end. So sumo squat, before we get started, just a quick demo. Again, tail is tucked, nice and tall. Knees tracking that same direction, the 10 and 2, as our toes, and we come straight down. So what are we working? We're working our booty. When we get to the bottom, zip those pants up, really squeeze that tush as you stand. Zoop! What we are opening, again, adductors, inner thighs. So you probably feel when you get to the bottom, a pull through here, and then we squeeze our booty to stand. So that's our first opener. We're doing a lot of opening in our hips in this first round, okay? It's super important. We're all super tight there. Trust me, if you think you're super tight, this is one situation I'll say you're not special. Woo, we're all a mess, okay? All right, guys, so get that weight, open that chest up, nice and tall, toes at 10 and 2, knees go 10 and 2. Let's do it, we're going for 12. 12, and this is one, all of these exercises. 11, as you open up, you'll notice you can move deeper into the movement. 10, like right now, I can't touch the floor. I guarantee you, by maybe even the second round, I'll be touching the floor. 9, 8, 7, 6, zip it up. Whoop. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well, that's the first in nearly 80 videos that my phone has never rang in a video. All right, guys, so we're gonna do that alternating runner's lunge with a fold. So I'm gonna start with my left leg forward, standing tall. So we're gonna step back into that runner's lunge, square our hips up, everything. Then we're gonna bend over that left leg, stand up, bring it up. These first two don't count, we're just practicing. Switch legs, step it back into that runner's lunge, bring it down, stand it up, bring it up. We're working booty when we bend over that leg. We're opening up as we stand up. All right, so let's do it, guys. Step back, bend. So you notice this leg isn't changing, it's staying static. I come up, I'm not standing all the way up, I'm keeping my legs engaged. Step back, bend, 2. 3. Bend, booty work, stand, stretch through the front of that hip. 4. 5. 6. We're going to 20. 7. Step it up, keeping low in that leg. 8. If you're having trouble with your balance, you can hang on to something. Make sure you're keeping focused ahead. 9. 10. 11. Woo, stretch, stretch, stretch. 12. So keeping a light touch on a wall or back of a chair, perfectly fine. 13. 14. 15. Woo, how's that booty? 16. If you're still having a lot of trouble with balance, make sure you're stepping straight back out. 18. Like you're on railroad tracks. So don't put one foot behind the other. I believe that was 20. Let's go ahead and bring it up. So make sure that you're stepping straight back and you've got feet in line with your hips, that you're not putting a foot behind the other if you're having trouble with balance. All right, let's bring it down to the floor. Need our band. And we're going to do a froggy bridge. So froggy bridge, we're opening up through a couple places while working our booty really hard. So we want our band up around our thighs. We're going to lay it back. So froggy bridge, we've got our feet in line with our hips. For froggy bridge, you might want to bring them in just a tiny bit from your normal right in line with your hips. So if you're right in line with your hips, maybe wiggle walk like a quarter of a step in. So froggy bridge, we're going to open. So we're going to lift our hips, boom. So we're opening here already, and we're opening up through here as well, really making some space here. At the top of our bridge, we open up against that band by squeezing that booty so tight, and now we're further opening through here. So while we're squeezing and working our booty, we're opening through these hips, okay? All right, so froggy bridge, get yourself set up. We're going for 12. 12. 11. Where everything's all about the booty. 10. 9, 8. Try to make it fluid, not a push-up open. 7. Try to do it all in one fluid motion. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Set it down. All right. We're going to take that band off. We're going to go back up to our sumo squats. Whew. I'm going to actually go a little heavier on my sumo today. So I'm going to up my weight. There we go. All right. Let's get ourselves set up. So the end game on your sumo squat is to be able to touch the weight to the floor at the bottom. But we don't do that by sacrificing our form. So if we have to touch the weight, we have to bend over. We don't do that. It's touching the floor with the weight while keeping your chest tall, okay? All right, toes at 10 and 2. Knees go that same direction. Grab your weight, open your chest. We go down. 12, 11. You can already tell I'm going so much deeper than the first time. 10, 9, 8, zip it up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. A little bit of Rice Krispies noise for you there. All right, guys, so we've got that alternating runner's lunge with the fold. So remember, we step straight back. We don't step behind the other foot. Straight back, tuck the tail. That'll really enhance that stretch through here. We bend over, we push through that front foot, activate that booty. We got it. And the other tip, when we get up here, I don't want you to stand straight up. I want you to keep those legs bent and engaged. All right? All right. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hopefully, as we're doing this exercise, while you're feeling more and more work back here, that you're feeling more and more open through that hip. 6, 7. I would love at the end of the workout for you to say, oh, my booty's really sore, but I didn't feel anything in my hip at the end. And that means you successfully opened it up. 9. 10. And remember, if you step back and this hip is like, rah, with your legs straight, give it a little bit of bend so you can really tuck that tail in. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Almost there. 16. 17. Once you're bent over, really push through this foot. 18, to stand yourself back up. Last 2. 19. Whoop! Last one, I lose my balance. 20. Bring it up. Good work. Especially if you're standing low as you're switching feet back, whew, that booty should be talking. All right, back to our froggy bridge. might just have to suck it up so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me mess with it. Oh. All right, whatever. All right, guys, so let's get ourselves set up. We've got our bridge. We're gonna let our feet wiggle walk in just like a quarter of a step, just a little narrower than your hips. In a normal bridge, we don't set up that way. It's just because we're doing the froggy that we're setting up that way. All right, so we open at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, squeeze that booty, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Awesome, guys. All right, we've got one more set to get through. Kick that band off. All right, so we've got our sumo squats. We're gonna go through the whole thing one more time. Let's get that heavy weight. All right, so we open it up. Again, we're at like 10 and 2. Knees are going that same direction. So this time, just pay attention. Maybe you're going a little bit lower, or maybe you just don't feel so stiff and so tight when you get to the bottom. All right, roll those shoulders back. Let's go. 12, 11, 10, 9, tapping the floor now, opened up, 8, 7, zip it up, 6, 5, remember we don't sacrifice form to tap the floor, my chest is still tall, 3, not bending over, 2, 1. All right, guys. So that should be the last time you need a heavy weight. So you can put that heavy weight out of your way. Back to those alternating runner's lunges. Whew. So get ourselves set up. Bend into it. Whoop. Bend into it. Remember, have something close by for balance if you need it. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Feel that stretch, feel that open. 10. 11. 12. 13. Getting close, guys. Hang in there. 14. Enjoy that stretch at the top. Distract from the booty burning at the bottom. 15. 16. 17. 18. Last one each side. 19. 20. Whew. That's good stuff. I love that one. All right, last set of froggy bridges. And then we're gonna move on to upper body. So I'm gonna try to put this on without it rolling up. Come on. So we set it up one last time. Get our bridge, our heels in close to our booty, and then step them in just a little bit towards one another. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze to those glutes. Dig through the heels. Lift your hips. Open against that band. All right, guys, let's do it. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep that core engaged. This is core work too. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, 1. Beautiful, guys. All right, take that band off. We are done with the band, so you can get that out of your way. Woo! Is it just me? When I stand up, my legs feel like jello. All right, guys, so lower body set complete. So I hope that you really got the feel for what we're going for here. I'm gonna grab a sip of water real quick. So yeah, I really hope you get a feel for what we're going for. As far as, like just then, we were working our booty hard, right? But all through here, opening up, which is so important. We sit all day, and those muscles get tight and contracted. So we gotta work to open and open them, because chances are, most of us are in jobs where we're not gonna stop sitting all day. So we have to do something to counteract it. Stretching is amazing, that's number one. But if you can also work out and stretch at the same time, why not, right? All right, guys, so we're gonna go to upper body next. You're gonna need your light weights, possibly your medium weights too, and we're gonna do a chest fly. Just depends on how strong you are in your chest fly and how safe chest flies are for your shoulders if you have any shoulder injuries. So, light weights, possibly medium weights, and we're gonna do 1 exercise standing, 2 on the floor. All right, guys, I'm gonna catch water, take a quick break, check the video, and then we'll get started. Oh, Cindy, I'm so glad that you're here. Yes, I know, mine is talking too. It's that weird mix of like tight but loose, you know? And yeah, sorry again about the ringtone. Oh my gosh, that is literally the first time in almost 80 workouts that's happened. I usually have do not disturb on, but even when I forget, I don't think I've ever got a phone call in the 80 workouts we've done. All right, guys, so light weights is where I'm going to be for 2 of the 3. Chest fly, a little heavier, but not very heavy. So I'm gonna set out my lights and then set up my mediums for the floor. All right, so we're gonna do a YW combo. So let me back up just a sec. The first 2 exercises are gonna be opening chest. So I'm gonna show you with no weights so we can really show you what I mean. So we're gonna do a Y and a W. What are we opening with the Y and W? We're opening through our chest and we're opening through the fronts of our shoulders. So when we do Y, we've got our light weights, we open up and make a Y like village people, YMCA. So we're opening, we're getting stretched through here, and also some stretch through our back. Really open, and think opening and lifting out of my spine. So not open and we're dumped in. I'll show you the difference. You can see me grow. So here is just me standing sort of dumped, not really caring at all about how I'm standing, right? So when I change that and think open and extend, look how much I grow. I grow taller. So I'm opening through the side body, opening through the back, opening through the spine. So that's what I want you to think. Now, that doesn't mean when I'm growing that I'm also shrugging my shoulders up to my ears. I'm staying low, growing. We're going to use that idea in 2 of the 3 exercises. So that's why I wanted to really hammer that. 2 of the 3 exercises, we're using this motion to open and expand. Okay? So Y, bring it down. W. W, you're going to feel it really hard through here. W. Okay, so we're opening, expanding our chest. We're opening all through here with the Y's. All right, let's go, guys. Enough about me. Let's work about you. All right, guys, so tall. We're going for 12. Y, W. 1, 2. So that's 2. 3. Open. Push that chest out. 4. Push that chest. 5. 6. 7. Grow tall. 8. 9. 10. Squeeze behind those shoulder blades. 11. Grow tall. Squeeze those shoulders, open that chest. Last one. Y. W. Awesome. All right, so we're going to bring it down. We're going to do chest fly. So I'll show you without weights again so I can go nice and slow. We've done chest fly a bunch. It's not anything new to you. So we're going to tuck those shoulders under, plug them down. We've got weights and we've got our elbows bent like we're opening around a beach ball. From here, we open. And when we open, oh boy, our chest broadens, opens up. Through these shoulders, opens up. We're engaging our shoulders behind us, squeezing to support the back of those shoulders, and then we bring it back up. So you see how my chest lifts and expands and then closes back down. Lifts and expands, closes back down. So that's what we're looking for. That's our opener. All right, so get yourself set back up. We're here, over our chest, weights over our chest, shoulders are engaged. Open. 12. 11. 10. So where you feel that open, squeeze it shut. 9. 8. Feel it open, squeeze it shut. 4. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Set those weights down. We're going to sit up, but stay on the floor. So we're here. I'm going to move this weight out of the way so you guys can see me. So as far as how you sit on the floor, it's however you feel comfortable. The biggest challenge to also work your core is to be here wide-legged, but you are welcome to sit crisscross applesauce. That is 100% fine. So wherever you feel the most comfortable is where I want you to be. So we're doing that Y motion again. So we go Y, reach, lift yourself up out of your hips. Y, here, open up through that side body. Now we take our elbows, we pull them straight down towards our pockets. So if you ever work out with a pulling machine at the gym and you've got that long bar, you want to think holding the edges of that long bar, pulling elbows down towards my ribs, down towards the pockets. So it's not here, it's here, okay? All right, so we're out, extend, grow up out of those hips. 12, 11, 10, 9, most likely light weights here, 8, 7, and it's crazy because normally if we do this at the gym, it's heavy, heavy weights, 6. But if you resist yourself and pull, it feels just like those heavy weights. 4, lift up, expand. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah, crazy, right? Like I can do lat pulls with probably 100 pounds, 2 5-pound weights with your own resistance. and gravity can feel that heavy. So cool. All right, so we've got the Y and the W. Light weights. So again, that Y, think tall, out of that spine, out, don't scrunch, don't stay scrunched down, up, Y, W, push that chest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to show you some from the back, just in case that makes any difference or helps you visualize any more. 8, 9. I think I skipped 7. I'm going to call this 9 again. 9. 10. 11. 12. Beautiful. All right, coming down to the floor. It's crazy what the right exercises can do to make light weights feel so heavy, right? Woo! My shoulders are feeling it for show. All right, chest fly. Lay it back. Arms come up. Tuck those shoulders under. Plug those shoulders back. Weights over our chest. Bend in those elbows. Open up. 12. Really engage through the backs of those shoulders too, to support the shoulders while working that chest. 9. 8. 7. 6. 3. Feel that chest open. That's where you squeeze it shut. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Awesome work. Sit down. Roll it back up. And we've got those lat pulls. Woo. All right. Get ourselves all set. So remember, legs can be however you want. Crisscross applesauce, straight ahead. You can even do this sitting in a chair. If the floor is too much, just sit yourself down in a nice firm chair. All right. So we're up, out of those hips. Staying through that side body. Pull down. 10. Resist. Imagine you're pulling that heavy bar. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Awesome. Woo! Man, crazy. What 5 pounds can feel like, right? Or if you're not, if 5 pounds is something heavy for you, crazy what 1 pound can feel like. I mean, it's really nuts what you can do. All right, we got one more set through. My arms are feeling it, guys. So we've got our Y and our W. So let's get ourselves set. We know what to do with the Y now. I'm not going to beat you over the head with it. So get set. Let's go. Y, W. Guys, make sure you're keeping those shoulders down when you do your Y. Don't let your shoulders come up with your arms. Keep them down. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Woo! 5. Gosh, are you guys feeling this? 4. 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. Let's bring it on down. We got our chest press, our chest fly. So we lay it on back. Now, if you guys are using really heavy weights for these chest flies, 1, be certain that you should be. 2, don't pick up your weights how I'm about to. Please, if you have heavier weights or weights that feel heavy to you, please set them on your knees and kick them back as you lay back. These are safe weights for me to do this with. If I were any heavier though, I would not be doing that. All right, so we've got our little beach ball, tucking those shoulders in, weights over our chest. We open. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. We're engaged those shoulders too behind you. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, awesome. That set is done of the exercise. We've got our flat pull downs. We will be done with that entire set, and we will move on to core. All right, so let's get ourselves set up. I put those weights in a really silly place. There we go. So again, remember guys, sit however you feel comfortable. It's not of the utmost importance. This just challenges our core a little more. Crisscross applesauce will stabilize you a little more, or you can sit in the chair. Either way, any of it is perfect. All right, so extend out, up out of those hips, extend that spine, pull down. Really resist. Imagine it's heavy. 8, like you're moving through quicksand. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, guys. You are done with any need for weights, so you can put your weights away while we're taking our break, catching our breath, kind of reset. I'm going to move on to core. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the core piece before we get started. I'm going to take our break first. So take yourself a break, put your weights away, get yourself set up for being in the floor. We'll cover it when we get there. Never mind, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'm going to put my weights away, have some water, check video, and then we will get going with our last set. All right. So, not going to rush into it. Want to start covering core for you though. So for core, we're doing just 2 exercises, but it's single-sided, so it'll be a total of 4. We are going to be working in hands and knees the whole time. So tell me that now, because that'll help you get yourself set up. So if you have a secondary yoga mat, or since we're just working in hands and knees, chances are you don't need your full yoga mat. You could roll up one end to have extra cushion. I can't do it with this mat, or I would show you. But if you have a regular full-length yoga mat, we're only going to be in hands and knees, and then modified plank. So you don't need that full yoga mat space. So you could fold in each end of your yoga mat to have extra padding under your hands and extra padding under your knees if you need that. Also, if being on your hands that long is a total no-go, the second exercise you can modify to elbow plank. It's not quite the best modification, but it's very doable. Or you can also use the wall, okay? So you've got a couple options. I know being on hands and knees for a long time isn't the best for really anyone. This isn't going to be too long though, but if you're really sensitive to it, think of some things now that's going to help you get through it, okay? All right, so we're going to do just what's called a trunk rotation, and then we're going to do a bird dog crunch. So the trunk rotation, you can do modified to the wall, or you can do on hands and knees. I think it'll be kind of obvious how to modify to the wall once I show you the hands and knees version, but I may pop up and show you real quick. So the trunk rotation, you can actually do in full plank, or you can do a modified plank. I prefer modified plank because it really lets me focus on the exercise itself as opposed to it's too tough for me to be in full plank and do the motion. I can do it, but I'm not getting my best work out of it because it's just a little too tough. So if I modify, I can really focus on the work I'm supposed to be getting. So hands and knees. So we step back into our plank and then we drop our knees. There's our modification. So we've got our hand under our shoulder. We're going to open up. So we're trying to keep our hips sort of down. They're going to flare up a little bit, but we don't want to do like a big, where our feet get all crazy. So we're down, we open up, and then we thread it through. And then open up. So you can see what we're doing here. We're opening through that chest. We're rotating through our spine, which is so good for our spine. And then we're closing it off. I'm going to show you in tabletop just because it's easy. So we're opening through that chest, opening through the spine. And then we fold under. Now I'm opening all through my back body here. Opening up through that back body, through that shoulder. Open up. So, if being in modified plank, meanwhile, working core like crazy, by the way. It may not be obvious seeing me do it, but once you start, you're going to feel that core working. So if it's too hard to be in modified plank, if you're struggling to do it in modified plank, do it in tabletop. Bring your knees in even further. Still great work. Here's the only other thing I'm going to show you, and then we're going to get to work, is that I want you to, I hope you can see me here. Don't pay too much attention to my back half. Pay attention to my shoulders. When we open, we're pushing the floor away. We're opening. Here's what happens when we roll under. A lot of us will dump, see my shoulder? Dump in our shoulder to roll under. Our core is not going to get much work here because we're just dumping into it. So open, stay tall through that shoulder, fold under. See the difference? So I'm here, folding under, or I'm here. See the difference? So stay tall through that shoulder. All right, trunk rotation, enough of me. Let's get to work. Down, we're going to do 10 each side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, feel that core, 2, 1. Woo! It's a lot of work, right? So really think about that stretch, that fold under. Again, we stay tall through our shoulder to fold under, not collapse under and fold under. All right. Other side, set up your modified plank or tabletop or full plank. Wherever you're at, let's get it set. Nice wide, strong hand. Push that floor away. 10. 9, 8, 7, try not to speed through it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, guys, I hope you felt that. I hope that you were able to get some of that stretch before you fold under. Again, it's one of those, we're so tight through here. The more you do it, the more you'll find you can open up. All right, bird dog, crunch is where we're going. So we're gonna be on hands and knees, not modified plank, actual tabletop hands and knees. If your wrists are done and you can't be on hands and knees anymore, you can modify to elbows, okay? So definitely an option to modify to elbows if your wrists are over it, okay? So bird dog, great opener in the back and actually great full body opener. So hear me out and then we'll get started. We're gonna hands and knees, we're gonna extend our leg out, extend our opposite hand out. So from here, we're gonna lift. But before we start working, lift, and now I want you to imagine somebody is pulling your foot away from you, pulling it, while somebody else is pulling your hand away. So it's like you're trying to touch your foot and your hand to opposite walls across the room. Feel that lengthening through your spine? That's where you want to be. All right, so that's our opener, and then our crunch, we lift. So we lift, extend, and then bring it all towards the middle, and then push it back out. Rounding through the spine, actually okay here, all right? So let's get to work. Extend out. I'm going right leg back, left leg forward. 10. Woo! And get your balance. 9. Hi, Rizzo. 8. 7. So we're working our core here. We're working our back body. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Perfect. We're gonna do the other side. I have a super bruised up knee that I forgot about, so I'm gonna grab my extra mat, throw it under. And just make sure if you're doing the extra mat that it's not so thick that your body's like all out of alignment, okay? All right, much better. All right, guys, so other side. We've got leg extended, arm extended, lift, pull yourself apart. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're also opening our spine when we crunch and we're rolling. We're opening up that spine in that direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, set it down. We're gonna go right into it. Keep going. If you need to take a break because of your wrist, definitely understand. Take your break. Get your extra mat. Skip around. Modify to elbow. Modify to the wall. Got lots of options. All right, so just a little bit. All right, guys. So we've got that trunk rotation. So we're going to set up in either modified plank or tabletop, wherever you want to be. Nice long spine, tuck that tail, hand under shoulder, stand tall, push that core away. We open, let it through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side, right to it. Nice tall, push the floor away, tall through that shoulder. 10, 9, 8. Give that super important rotation through your spine. 5, 4. I think I got out of modified. There we go. I was a little too into tabletop. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. I got a little too, I was more tabletop and I was like, something feels wrong. I feel all crunched up. All right, got our bird dogs. Step it back, lift, extend, touch those opposite walls. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Round through that spine, crunch that core. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Set it down, right to the other side. So again, we're in tabletop this time. No modified plank option. We want to be in tabletop. Extend out. Opposites, lift, pull apart. 10, crunch to the middle. Down, up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Perfect. All right, we got one more trip through. Don't take a bunch of rest unless you need it for your wrist. Roll your wrist out. Give those arms some love. And remember, it's our last set. So if you need to take a longer break, whatever it is you need to do, go ahead and take it. No big deal. There's nothing else after this, so if you need a little extra time, take yourself a little extra time. I'm gonna go right back to it though. We've got our trunk rotation. So modified plank. Boom. Get set up nice and tall. Engage that core. Push that 4 away. 10. 9. You might notice you're opening further. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Perfect. Other side. Set it up. Let's go. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Other, no, not other side, other exercise. We've got our bird dog crunches, and we are all done. Last set, friends. Set up our tabletop, step it back, arm comes forward, lift, pull apart. 9 or 10, ha! 9, 8, squeeze through that belly. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. 1. Beautiful. One last side. I know, it's a lot, but it's so good. So good for you. All right, tabletop. Steady up. Get strong through those hands. Push away. Step it back. Extend it out. Lift. Pull. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Boom. Yes, 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 friends. All right, feel free to stay on the floor, stretch it out if you need to. Whew. We did it. So, don't want to take up much time. I feel like we probably ran over a little bit. So, just want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed yet another take on exercise, how we can use our bodies, and now how we can work our bodies and stretch our bodies, open our bodies at the same time. So I hope you feel the difference. I'm fatigued, I am tired, I am worked, I'm sweating, but I also feel so much more open through here, feel open through my chest. It's cool. It's a cool thing to experience. So I hope that you guys got that out of it. I hope that it made sense, and I hope that you enjoyed the workout. If nothing else, I hope you feel hot and sweaty and thoroughly worked. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will be here next Tuesday for our next live workout. And in the meantime, if you do wish to donate any funds for these classes, Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe, review, all of those things that get people looking at our page and get our friends working out with us. So guys, thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in just a few days. Mwah!